right, man, get your parka on because we're going north with this episode. But of course, I got a handful of things I want to throw at you before we do. This is one of two different types of formats I do within the show. It's a long form, 60 to 90 minutes long. I got a guest or two on, and we get into some all sorts of crazy stuff, as you'll see today. Hang on for this one. It's a wild ride, especially toward the end. And then on opposite weeks, I have what I call B-Raw Bites. It's just me, this microphone, you all listening, whatever's in my heart and on my mind. I go live on Facebook and YouTube for that. So if you're not part of that community, would love for you to join up. Everything you need to know about the show is on my website, BRawPodcast.com. All right, man, of course, I got to reach out to you for a little bit of help. No, it's not money, but, coin is always good. Seriously, what I'm asking for is whatever platform that you listen to this on, audio, YouTube would be great. I'm trying to build that platform up, so if you could jump over to the YouTube channel, like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. But whatever platform you're on, throw up a 5-star review, click 5 stars, tell a friend or 7. Be greatly appreciated. And without going any further, I got to give a shout out to the 2 companies that help move this project along, and this product I use on the regular. First up is High Speed Daddy, Craig. He has made some great product for parenting, and if you don't have a kid, it's still great stuff. Backpacks, lunch boxes, clothing. What the community he's building and what he stands for, I'm honored to be part of that as well. Jump over there. Link is in the show notes. And of course, Live Rishi. I've been using this stuff for over a decade. Been having some trouble sleeping lately due to an injury. Of course, the injury has Rishi rub on it, but the tincture helps me sleep amazing. I can't say enough good about that. Looking for a good night's sleep? Jump over there, liverishi.com. It's in the show notes. Use the code word TABLE50. You're going to get 50% off your entire order. Showing you some love for showing us some love. All right, man, let's get on to this show. Like I promised you, we're going north up into Canada. I was introduced to Miss Liz through a mutual friend, and we had a damn good time. And boy, did she drop a bombshell or two on me at the end of this episode. So I'm going to have her back on so we can deep dive into that, what she has gone through, how she turned that around and is helping people, and the stories she has about her ex-husband. Well, shit, man, I got to let her tell you all about it. Let's get to it.
Hey.
One of the best jokes I ever heard, a buddy of mine, we've been pals for 35 years, I think. And he says he goes, he's driving down the highway with his new wife, and he says, "Man, I didn't know Canadian or that exit was Canadian." She goes, "What?" He goes, "2A." I was like, "You fucking dad jokes, man. I love them, dude. I'll take dad jokes all day long. I'm loaded with them." So you were on with what's his nuts?
Mr. Michael?
Yeah, that fucking clown.
Yeah, I was on his show, and he was on my show twice.
What?
Yeah.
I like the concept of your show.
Yeah.
Been doing it a minute, huh?
Oh, look at that. You're already recording.
Oh, yeah. I jump right in. Hey, fuck that.
Get all the good juicy stuff.
Well, I was just gonna say, because what happens is we sit here and bullshit for 10 minutes. I'm like, fuck, I should have recorded. So you cool?
Right,
with that?
that's usually where the good stuff is. I do it with my guests. I'm like, get your ass in there 15 minutes early so we can just shoot the shit, and then we get live and we're like, people start to change when they go live. It's just like, like seriously, just be that person you were like back there, like.
Yeah, but that's talent, though. I mean. Not everybody's comfortable in front of a camera, right?
I just pretend it's not there. I just pretend I'm talking to someone.
Man, I do that too. But the other thing is, I don't give a shit what you think about it. So
yeah, that's how I am. I don't care what you think. I'm a woman that serves real raw stuff. So
yeah, I just call it the way I see it. It's refreshing to most people. Some people get obviously offended by it, which that's their problem. A story that I was telling the other day. I was at I like to play poker, and I was at a table with a guy, and I just sat down because you do table changes. I don't know how familiar you are with poker, but in a large tournament, you know, you might have 500 people playing in it. So as people get knocked out, excuse me, they balance the tables out. And when they balance the tables out, you get moved around. And I sat down, and I'm a bigger guy, and I said something, and I can't remember exactly what I said. And he goes, "Well, sir, that offends me." Liz, without even blinking, I did this. I look at him and I go, "Well, that's a you problem, not a me problem."
Right? Everyone's so friggin' sugar pussy. Like I'm like, ugh. Yeah.
No, and everybody at the table, it got dead quiet. And I go, "Well, I'm just saying what everybody's thinking."
Right?
And the one guy goes, "If you weren't that big, you wouldn't talk like that." I go, "Bullshit, I wouldn't."
I'd talk louder.
Yeah, exactly. I'd have holy shit. Imagine if I had Napoleon syndrome. Oh my God. I would. Shit, my wife wouldn't. She wouldn't know how to handle me at that point. I'm bad.
You'd be getting a lot of timeouts.
Yeah, I'm bad enough as it is, man. The shit talking I do. Holy, but the thing is, like, going back to what you said about the camera, I got a real good buddy of mine, Tommy Hilken, and he's just been a professional entertainer his entire life. That's all he's ever done. And he said the brain in one of his little skits. Oh, fuck! I just remember this. Another one of his skits. He goes, "It falls flat now, but 10 years ago it was amazing." He goes, "I have 2 kids." He goes, "I have 3 kids, one of each." And imagine saying that 10 years ago. Now you're like, okay, you got some fucking binary something. He goes, "That joke falls so flat now." He goes, "I don't even use it anymore." But what he said is the brain is just an amazing organism. It starts working as soon as you're born. Bam. Right? Yep. And it stops working as soon as you get in front of the camera.
It's amazing, right? What a camera will do to everybody.
Polarizing. Very polarizing.
Like,
yeah. It took me a long time I had a video company for 5-6 years. And even doing that, being in front of that all the time, doing all that, you're still like, what was my line?
Yeah.
You know? But some people, like it. Some people don't. But that's a great thing. I can't spell or write to save it. If you put a gun to my head and said, "I'm going to steal your son," and if you don't write a perfectly laid out paragraph or story, I'd be like, "Fuck, sorry, bro. I ain't got it."
It's like I tell my son when we go for our night walks, if I'm running, "I'm sorry, son, I'm running ahead. I'm not. Mom's not waiting for you. Like, I'm out of here." I'm sorry. The mom has left the building. Mom is saving her own life. You find a way for yourself.
Darwinism. Hey, man, strong. The survival of the fittest, right? And I love that saying, though. I don't have to be the fastest. I just got to be faster than you. I'll kick your fucking knee out as I run by you, too. Slow it down. But thanks for coming on, since we got all that out of the way. I usually tell this before I start recording, but I stay away from most politics and religion. A little bit of the topics of each is all right, but I don't like getting thumping that on anybody. And then I swear enough for the both of us, but feel free to curse. Other than that, everything goes, and what you're going to say now and have been saying for the last 6 minutes is on the internet.
Oh, wow. And you can't take it back now.
Hell no. You signed
it's in the database. You're locked and sealed, man, because this is coming back to blackmail you, Miss Liz.
Hell yeah. Do away. Hey, man, you signed a waiver. It's all that matters. Now I can just blackmail you with it.
All at all.
Man, isn't that sad that I had to come up with that waiver?
Yeah.
It's really, so many people came back to me and they're like, "Don't post that. I just wanted to come on." Well, what the fuck you think I was going to do with it? Like, have it for a private collection?
Your show automatically tells people you're going raw. Like, what do people think?
This was before. No, sorry. This was, I did about 100 episodes in. I did a rebrand. It started as Walt's Kitchen Table, to where, because if I came over to your house to have tea, we'd probably sit at the kitchen table, right? And growing up, everybody would come to our house and we'd all gather at the kitchen table, and my mom taught me how to balance my checkbook at the kitchen table, life lessons, you laugh, you cry, the whole thing. So I was calling it Walt's Kitchen Table, but what I was finding out, nobody wanted to talk about some crazy shit. They're all keeping it clean, and we'd be done we'd stop recording, how you talk after, right? And they tell me stories. I'm like, what? Holy, that's an amazing story. Why didn't you say that? And they're like, well, I didn't think it fit your format. I was like, oh, shit, I got to do something about this.
Yeah.
And then Walt's Kitchen Table, the concept is great, but to try to promote that and it was so confusing.
Well, a lot of people too, like with tea time with Miss Liz, they think it's, we're drinking tea. You can have a glass of wine or a beer or whatever you want on tea time. Yeah. We're not serving a beverage. We're serving true stories, right? We're teaching education awareness through storytelling, through what you do, like what you bring to the table, the services, the programs, like why people do stuff. And a lot of people don't do it because they're passionate about it. They do it just because they can. Well, I just wrote a book because I can, or I just started this service because I can. Well, where's the passion? Where's the purpose? Like, come on, guys. Like,
yeah, or it's the cool thing to do now, right?
Or everyone else is doing it.
Yeah, I'm going to make my millions. Okay, 4 months ago, you said you were going to make your millions selling this. And 4 months before that, you were doing something else. But I think that passion drags you through those days between passion and discipline, right? I'm a big discipline guy but in the creative field that we're all in, that, you and I are in, I think you got to have some passion, because I'll drag my ass down here to start working on something. And next thing I know, it's 4 hours later and I'm deep into it and having a good time. And my wife's wondering if I left her at that point, that kind of thing. So, but that's the passion drags you through that, right? Yeah. So also discipline, but yeah. But what got you started on your gig there?
Well, I started in 2015 in my own home. I hosted a tea party, and then some of the guests asked me, can I do it in a community? And I was like, yeah, I don't know. Let me try. You don't know if you don't try, right? Let's rent the hall. Let's see how many people come. Let's bring awareness to services that I had to use because of my story and that, right? So, and then I went virtual in 2020. But before that, I was doing virtual events for a leadership program that I was a part of. And then I just went and took Tea Time virtual, and I've been doing it for 4 years. We're going into season 5 in January. Over 67 countries have been on Tea Time. I think it's 90 topics now, because I just touch everything.
That's and awesome.
If you don't try, you don't know, but you got to have that passion and you got to have that discipline. Like there's times where I'm like, I don't know if I can do this. And then all of a sudden I'm in my office and I'm doing 9 hours of just tea time and research and scheduling, booking, promoting, creating. Like there's so much that people don't realize that goes on behind a podcast, right?
Oh, I get people call me and they're like, "Hi, man, can you give me some pointers of doing a podcast?" I go, They go, "What do you think?" I go, "Don't do it." Because if you're asking me, your second question is, when can I make money? You're in the wrong gig, bro. You're not going to make any money. It's just, come on, 3 million, what did they say? 3 million podcasts out there. That's a noisy street to be on and to get noticed. Sure, half the people don't do anything with it, but it's still noise that you got to get through, and, just keep banging away. But with COVID, because of COVID, you went virtual?
No, I knew there was something coming even before COVID came. So I was already doing virtual events with Sacred Hearts Rising. And then I just took it to Tea Time. And I was like, well, I'm just going to bring what I was doing in the community to the virtual land, because I had speakers at my events and stuff like that. So it was a one-on-one conversation. And that's what I just turned it virtual, and I just gave it my twist on it. But the tea I've been serving since I was little. My Oma back there gave me the tea. So like everybody's like, "Oh, Miss Liz, you came up with such a cool name." I'm like, I've had it since the age of 4.
Yeah.
Miss Liz was given that name at the age of 4. So it wasn't like I'm going to call myself Miss Liz. Like, no, my Oma called me that.
That's awesome. When you were a young girl, she called you Miss Liz?
Yeah. She's like, Miss Liz, you're going to change the world. You're going to serve tea. And I didn't understand what the heck she was talking about, right? And then just like, now I get it. And my 97-year-old grandma always asks me when we talk, like, who did you have on your tea time this time? And why did you have them? And why do you think they came to you? And I'm like, I don't know. And then she's like, no, you think about this one. Like, she really makes me think, right? Because why do certain guests come to our platforms and not to other platforms? I know when I go on a podcast, I'm looking for what they're serving. Like what you're serving, Walt, is real and raw. And that's what I serve. Even without my podcast, if you check my Facebook, I'm that lady that's going to call the shit. I'm going to call you on your shit. Like, I don't care if you're the president or the prime minister. If you're doing wrong, you're going to get called out. Like, you know, I'm made that way. I'm very blunt and honest and straightforward. And we need more of that in the world.
Oh, wait, especially over the last 4 or 5 years. And like today, I drive a work truck. It's like a rolling workshop, right? And I was unloading some stuff in a dumpster, and the lady pulled up next to me, and she's like, hey, you need to move your truck so I can get by. And I said, okay, give me just a few minutes. I'll be done. And well, she goes, well, I have work to do. And I go, so do I. And she's like, she kind of huffs a little, and she looks around. And I said, well, you got plenty of room to drive by my truck. And she goes, well, you're in my way. Oh, Miss Liz, without even thinking about it, I go, well, maybe you're in my way. She huffed, got in her car, slammed the door. I was like, well, okay, all right. What the fuck gives you the right to come up on me like that and be like, get out of my way? Who the fuck are you? You know? So that's my attitude. My wife works in a white collar type gig, and she loves it. And I mean, she kicks ass, but she works very hard. And the meetings and the verbiage at her job is nothing like what I deal with. So, you know, they got to be like, so today's meeting is about, and I'm like, what the fuck are we doing here?
Right?
Bob, did you get your feelings hurt? You did? Well, it's okay, cool. All right, we're good. All right, next. Let's go. Come on.
Yeah, why sit in an hour's meeting if you know it can get done in 10 minutes?
Oh, my God. Because all the bullshit. Come on.
Right? I hate going to a meeting and someone's like, oh, well, we're going to do an hour. And then I'm just like, okay, but we could have settled that in 7 minutes.
Yeah, but somebody's got to feel important.
Right?
That's what a meeting is. Look at me. I'm in the meeting. I'm holding this meeting, and it's for an hour. Who said it's got to be an hour long?
Right.
You know? And most of the time, like you said, I agree with you. Most meetings can get done so fast. You know, and what I used to do in my video company, I would have, you know, I'm coming to see you on these days. Just have a list. I don't even sit down. I come in the office, look at you. What do you need? This, and this. And I go, this, and this. We cool? All right, bye. It was like 2-3 minutes at a time. Come on, man. We got shit to do. But every place is different. It takes all time to make the world go round. Judgment is something we all do, regardless, even though you say you don't judge something.
The first person that tells me that they don't judge somebody, I'm like, ooh.
You just made a judgment.
Right? We all judge. Like, and when we don't understand something, we even judge even more.
Oh, 100%. Well, do you think that's some of that comes from insecurity of that person? That person's being insecure. They're not secure in themselves, so now they, you know, like I was in an Uber I take a lot of Ubers because I move stuff around. I was in an Uber one time, and this guy, he apparently wanted to tell me that his relationship's not good with his girlfriend. And he goes, and this is going back to being raw, right? He goes, she accused me of cheating on her. He goes, I would never do that. Oh my God. And this, that, and then I go, hey buddy. He goes, yeah. I go, she's cheating on you. He goes, what? Wait a minute. You don't know her. How do you figure that out? I go, because she's passing the blame on you because she's insecure and she's upset that she did it. And she has to get that energy out. So now she's going to blame you for cheating, but she's the one that cheated. He's like, wait a minute. and then started railing off like incidents, like she did this and she did that. I'm like, oh, fuck, I just ruined this guy's day. But maybe it was a good thing. Tear the Band-Aid off, fucking move on, dude.
Right? I can just imagine some of the rides and the conversations that go on in Uber. I've only been in an Uber once, and I can imagine what the driver was thinking because I came from a speaking conference, and I got into an Uber with one of the other speakers. He was a male, I was a female. He was getting dropped off at a different airport than I was getting dropped off, so they probably thought like there was some kind of big love affair or something going on.
Like, and you're both registered as Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Right? Like, but then the Uber driver asked me, like, what airport are you going to? And I'm thinking, like, what is that of your business? Like, I just said the airport, but I didn't realize in Detroit, because I was speaking in Detroit, that there was more than one airport. So I was just like, well, I'm going to the airport. And then Nick looked at me and he says, no, Liz, you're going to the air. And what airline are you going to? Because she needs to drive you there. And I said, oh, well, why does she need to know that? Like, why is she so nosy? Like, just drive me and drop me. Like, I don't want to date with the woman. Like, Jesus, like.
So I got to ask you, where are you from?
I'm from Canada.
Of course, I figured.
Yeah.
The accent.
Yeah, but I'm originally from Hearst, Ontario, but right now I'm living in Cornwall. So
I have no idea what that whatever you just said.
Well, one's over here and the other one's over here. So
perfect. Good enough. Next. All right, cool. Now that we got that settled, we can move on from there. One's over yonder, one's up the hill.
Right?
Google it. Google it. And how you send out or you do a podcast every week?
Every week. I do 3 shows on Thursday.
God damn.
I do 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, and 1 in the evening. They're all live shows, and then they're all uploaded within 2 hours of them being on. So it's a 14-hour day. I start at 7:30 in the morning and finish at 11 at night. God
bless you.
Yeah. And I've done 147 this year.
Oh, congrats. That's a lot. Well, when you're doing 3 a day and carry the 1, do country boy math. Yeah, that's...
Yeah, plus I had some surprise guests that came on, so they were on different days and rescheduled tea times, and it's a lot of work. So anybody that wants to do podcasting, they think, oh, well, just turn the camera on and mic on. And boom.
No. Going back to my buddy there that been in business forever about the camera. You know, he made Tommy Hilkins his name. Love the dude to death. He helped me get sober years ago, but he says that showbiz, right? The word showbiz. Biz is like 90% of that. Show is just so little of it. Like what we're doing now is such a small percentage of everything that goes on these shows. I'm like you. I'm a one-man band.
Yep.
Anything that you see about this show, I got my fingers in. You know, and just the production time behind it. And I don't edit these. Like, so what we're doing
Me
right
neither.
now.
I do the raw. You know why I keep it raw? Well, because it's authentic.
Yeah, but I don't even edit like the pauses. Like if we pause for a second, I don't even edit those. Or if if something goes wrong, I just talk through it and then, just kind of ad lib. But could you imagine the fucking production time if I had to edit every one of these? Oh, no thanks. I'm good.
Like if you have a team, that's okay. Like you got different departments, but when you're a one-man team and you're doing these, like it's a lot of work.
Yeah. It's extreme. It's like being a dad, right? I mean, it's nothing like being a dad, but the phrase is it's an incredible amount of work, but it's just so rewarding to see. Like if I didn't have this platform, you and I wouldn't be sitting here bullshitting tonight, and I probably would never even know you existed. Right. And I just love meeting people. And before COVID, I was just doing them live. Like I was having people come over and we'd sit across the desk and all that. And then once it hit, obviously we all made adjustments. But the benefit on my end was, like you said, I got shit all over the world, man. I know people all over the world. Like out of the blue, I'll look at my Instagram and somebody from Australia sent me a meme. It's like, that's cool. And it's because of this platform. In the interest of conversation. Yeah, in the interest of conversation, right? You ever have somebody on that you haven't aired the episode and you're just like, what the fuck are we doing in here?
I have had one guest on that I honestly think the guy thought he was going on a date with me. I don't know.
We're not doing that? Wait a minute. This is not a date?
No, not a date.
Oh, fuck. I'm out of here. See ya.
I quit the dating season a long time ago.
What?
I started the hunting season.
There you go. You try. Fuck dating him. Just track him down, right? Knock him on the head, drag him home. I got you. All right. That's my kind of woman right there.
I got no time for the date. I got the time for the hunt. Like, you know.
Oh, well, you're up in Canada. You just go right to business.
Right?
It's cold out. It's cold outside, man. We gotta
eat.
Put your flannel shirt on, baby. We got 5 minutes.
We're gonna have you a duck stew.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh, God. All right. Where were we? I don't even know what the hell we were.
But yeah, I had this one guy on Walt, and I swear to God, he thought he was going on a date. Like, we're doing virtual land. He went and did his dishes, shaved, vacuumed his floor. I'm thinking, like, what the heck is he doing?
Oh, he did it before the show, not during it.
Well, because of the time change. You know how Canada and US do the time change.
I know, you Canadians, man. Come on, dude.
You know, like, just leave the damn time alone. Like, exactly. Put it back, put it forward, just freaking confuses everybody. But yeah, and I had him on and I was completely lost. But then I was starting to understand what he was trying to serve. And I was just like, I think I'm getting it. I'm not sure. And I said, I don't think he's enjoying himself. So I said, I don't think I'm going to hear from him. Well, 10 minutes after the live, he emailed me and he said, can I come on for a second part? And I'm thinking, whoa. Oh, okay. That's not the energy I was getting when you were on. But I was just like, and I don't do this PowerPoint and all this videos. And if you want to do like a conference or a convention or anything, there's programs for that.
Oh,
that's not what a podcast is for. Podcast is not for PowerPoints and slideshows and stuff, you know?
Wait, I mean, did he have like a whole thing?
Oh, yeah.
What the hell was he talking about? Like, what was the topic? What was the overall, the umbrella subject? Like to have him.
The scales and levels of life that we all are on, the frequencies of life. Like, it was all, I was just like, yeah. So
that's pretty open-minded for you to, I'd be like, what?
I like to get deep. I like to get into the conversation of the brain and frequencies. I like to go all over, but I was totally confused with that, like levels. And I was like, does he have a book on the bed waiting for his date to go through the book and say that I'm on level 5? Yes, we can continue this date, or am I on level 3 and don't ever talk to me again? Like, what the hell is that? Like,
so his book has levels in it.
Yeah, it's got levels and scales. So depending on what levels and scales, it'll tell you if you're a good match or if you're wasting your time. So like, how do you find out? If you go on a date, the book's got to be there. Like, you got to do the questionnaire before.
Well, no. I got this. I got this. I got this. No. This is how this works. I just figured this out. So say you and I are going to go out on a date, and I got this fucking book, right? Whatever it is, levels and scales, and we put it in the calendar. We're going out. I'm going to send you that book and be like, you got to read this shit before we go out. So now we're sitting at dinner over a glass of milk and dinosaur chicken nuggets and maybe some French fries, depending on my commission check that week. And we go like, I know that you read the book, and I know the book because that's my thing.
I wrote. So
it's like, yeah. So it's like, all right. So we've been together now for 24 minutes, and I see you don't like the dinosaur nuggets. Do you want some mayonnaise with that? Because we got, by 26 minutes, we got to be a level 4, baby. Hell yeah. Oh, I pinned this dude. I don't even know him. I got this down to a T. Oh, Jesus Christ. Now, going back to dating, I got an incredible story for you. And people have shared it all over the place, and I want to share it with you because people listening obviously my fan base has heard it, but it's an incredible story and they hear it, but I could tell it 1,000 times and one time it's going to click, right? I mean, so when I met my wife, we were both unbelievably busy. I was running a very successful video company, so I was gone all the time. And she was pretty much in charge of this mid-size web development company. So I'd be like, hey, all right, so what's Thursday night look like? Oh, shit, I got this thing. Oh, okay, what's this day look like? Oh, I got this thing, but I could move this, because that's the way we were. I said, fuck this. And I just picked a date like 2 weeks in advance, and I put surprise date with Walt. And I sent her the calendar invite. And she's like, what's this? I go, it doesn't matter. It's a surprise date. I just need time in your calendar. And that was like a month after we started dating. Wow. And we've been together over a decade and we still do it. I just accepted one not too long ago from her. She just sends me a thing, surprise date with Val. Val's my wife. And keeps things nice, man. I believe it's an amazing tool for a relationship. But there's always a but. The couple have to be so open-minded.
Yep.
Because, I mean, I've taken her 3 days to Atlantic City, surprise date, and I had the whole fucking weekend thing, right? She had no clue. Just one day she came home and there was a surprise date and we just walked around town. We just walked out the front door and she goes, what is it? And I go, this is it. We're just hanging out together. I just want time with you. It doesn't have to be like some extravagant thing every time, right? Yeah. I mean, it can be just the simplest thing. Hey, move Netflix and chill, but carve out the time. So hopefully somebody gets some value out of that.
And they don't continue the excitement. They don't continue, right? They just, well, I got the girl or I got the guy and we're together 20 years, but do you really know that person in 20 years? No, you don't, because you just got the person and you just lived.
That's it. And you're like, okay, check that box. Got a house? Check. Got a wife? Check. Got a 9-to-5 job? Check. Now, the thing is, if that's your gig, more power to you.
Yeah, but that's a little boring.
Yeah, that's who said that. I think, my boy Mark Twain. Most people die at 25, but don't get buried till 75.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's the human brain and the human heart and all that. That's so complicated with emotions and, like till this day, tonight, my wife gets home and in passing, because, I had to come down and get ready for the show and she was running really late from work. But we just, like in passing, like held hands for a second, and just the electricity flew through me and I was like, oh yeah, my baby.
I'm all good to go, bro.
I'm good. Shit, I'm good. But the thing is, though, you all run the world. Women run the world. We know that, right? I mean, you could get fucking technical and, most jobs and all that are done by men, construction and, but I'm talking, we all need you. I like having women around. I'm a fan of women. Even most of the time. Sometimes I want to fucking throttle you and find a place to bury the body, but
I told you, stop the date and do the hunting.
I see. The thing is, and speaking of that kind of brought it all together. A guy goes, "Yeah, I stopped dating. I've been married 15 years." I go, "See, that's where you're fucking up, dude. You should still date.
Yeah,
date your old lady, man.
Yeah,
you guys can still act like you're 22." I just think that conform to like societal rules or to this is what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
Who the fuck told you to do that?
Well, it's just like everybody marriage. It's the instant happiness. Oh, if you think that's instant happiness, you're not ready for marriage.
You've fallen and bumped your head. Yeah. Hey, are you married?
I was married and I'm divorced.
Oh, congratulations.
So, yeah. Best day of my life. I carry my divorce papers in my purse.
Wow. That's pretty cool. Wait a minute right there. How long were you married?
16 years. 16 years too long.
Oh. What busted you up? Just a ton of shit.
It's funny. Well, it's not funny. I shouldn't laugh about it. I'm a domestic violence survivor, but I've come a long way, and I had to save my life. It was either my life or it was the pine box. So I chose to have my own life, and that's
good for you.
Yeah, it took a long time, but and that's what I do is when I speak about domestic violence, I don't want people to always hold on to that pain, right? Stop sticking yourself in your damn story. Stick on your story. You're strong, and you really made it. It's like when you're serving tea, right? You don't sit that friggin' tea bag in that cup for hours. You take the damn tea bag out and you enjoy the cup. And it's like that with life stories, right? Abuse, trauma, anything. If you keep it in the cup, you're not going to help yourself. You're not going to heal yourself. You're going to be stuck there forever. So get on your stories, not in it. Don't spill it.
I like that. Get on it, not in it, because I feel that people, that's their identity at that point, right? It's like, no, that's not who you are. That's something that happened to you.
Yeah.
I was, in my first marriage, I was technically in a abusive relationship. I'm a big guy and she was little, but she did not treat me well. I mean, I was an asshole too, but there was nothing physical from my end to her end, but it was not that way from her end to my end. And when you're on that side of it, it's like, what do you do? In my situation, like, I can't even, there's no way. Well, first of all, there's no way I'm going to hit you. I mean, that's ridiculous. And so, yeah, the domestic violence thing, that's a broad subject, because the first thing I always think of with domestic violence is Stockholm syndrome. Do you agree on that?
Yep.
Like, I can't find any better, nobody, because that person makes you feel that way.
Well, they break you, right?
Yeah, sure.
They take the spirit out of you.
Yeah.
And once that light it's taken away, then you always, can I get better? Can I do better? Can I do this on my own? That is the number one question we all should be asking ourselves is, can we do it on our own? It's nice to have a spouse. It's nice to be in a relationship. But if you don't love yourself and you don't stand for yourself, how the hell can you stand for somebody else?
No, I agree with you 1,000%. And that's the whole put your oxygen mask on first, right? And I do that. I get shit for it all the time because people are like, put your things in priority. I go, that's easy. That's me, my son, and my wife. And they're like, how do you put yourself first? I go, well, of course I put myself first. If I'm not in good shape, how do I take care of the other two? Come on, Jesus. That whole my son comes first. Well, of course, I'm doing everything for him. Well, part of that everything for him is keeping me mentally and physically healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the family unit thing. And when you were talking about they break your spirit, right? My spirit was broken in my first marriage. I was totally, like, I'm a piece of shit. That was that I felt that way about myself. And then very shortly after I met my wife now, I went on a drug and alcohol bender, and it was fucking crazy. And I met my wife now, got back in shape, and I'm way over my station. She's an amazing woman. And when I first started dating her, I had good friends come up to me and going, why the fuck is she with you, dude? Look at her.
Wow.
Yeah. And at first you're like, yeah, you're my buddies. Of course you're busting my balls about it. But the armor gets chinked after a while, and they keep coming, and it keeps coming. And after a while, you're like, holy shit, why is she with me? You think that's real shit. People are like, oh, you're a man, you can suck that up, and you're a man, you deal with that. No, bullshit. No, that's real stuff. And men, of course, who does a man have to go to talk to?
Right.
You think you're going to go talk to your buddies? They're just going to fucking tear you apart in a loving way, most likely, right? If you're lucky enough, I guess, to have.
But I think that's a man thing, right? Because men are told to be this tough person, right?
Oh, 100%.
You know,
Absolutely.
so when you get with your buddies are all told this too. So they can't be like little, like sugars and little sugar melts and saying, oh, well, no, that's not right. Because then all of a sudden they're getting teased, right? They're getting mocked because that's what society has done to everyone
100,
worldwide with men. Men have
absolutely.
stories, and 90% of my guests that come on Tea Time are males.
And you hear it all the time then. They just stuff it down and die of a heart attack at 42 because you're hiding all that. And again, I'm blessed that my wife is who she is, and she lets me get all that out, and it's so refreshing.
I think men need to share their stories, right?
100%.
I have a son, and I say this all the time because I have some family members that are feminists and friends that are feminists, and I'm like, okay, but if you have a son, what message are you giving to your son? And then they're like, what message are you giving to your son? If you have a boy and you're saying women matter, women's this, women's that, and men don't mean nothing, you're giving a message to your son that your son means nothing. Like come on. Like, I'm like, no, I'm going to fight for rights for men and women because I have daughters and son and one son, so.
Yeah. And I have a son, and I'm trying to teach him, show him really, because that's the best way to do it, is sure, you're tough. A man is physically able to do things. I have the ability to basically do anything in our house, right? We bought a house over a year ago and we've been remodeling and stuff, but I can do except electricity. I don't fucking touch electricity. Fuck that, man. Shut the power grid down. I ain't touching that. But other than that, I can do just about everything. So he follows me around and he sees me doing that, which is a great example, right? And show him, hey, man. And like, he'll help me mow the lawn. He's 2 years old, right? He comes and pushes the lawnmower with me. And halfway through the lawn, he's like, I'm done. I'm like, no. And I squat down and I'm like, listen, bro, when you say you're going to do something, you have to finish the job.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not what you really want to do, but you got to do it. Does that make sense? And he's like, yeah. And I go, so you can help dad finish? Yeah. And he helps me finish. And I'm like, there you go. Hey, listen, instill that in him. Hey, man, when you say, hey, man, I'm going to move this pile of rocks. Halfway through, you're like, fuck that. I don't want to do it anymore. Oh, that's not an option. No. Because if you ain't got your word, you ain't got nothing. That's why I was brought up. But I was brought up as well that a man, just shut up because that's what a man does. Well, okay. All right. I guess that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And, I don't think men have a safe place to go. But you also have to be a provider and a protector. You still need that as a man, right? I believe that. I believe that a man, it's a shame that if a man doesn't push and find his physical limits, right? Because now if you're physically good, that's going to pump in your brain and your heart. When I say heart, I'm just talking not physical. I'm talking emotionally, your heart and your brain. If your meat wagon is running good, your brain's going to be like, cool, we can do anything. And you feel good, because working out and being in good shape, all your endorphins get going and all this good stuff, right? But I agree. I understand that there are men that's not their thing and they want to sit and read a book or write stuff, which is amazing, because I can't do that. So I think that's great. But yeah, men need an outlet. I don't think it's talked about enough and not called a bitch,
Yeah.
If now the thing is, if you whine about something, I expect you to be a man and do something about it. If you come to me 4 times with the same problem, but okay. All right, dude, we're done. You got to do something about it. Are you going to
ever find a solution, or are you just going to bitch about it, right?
Right. You want to vent and get it off your chest? I'm going to go, cool, dude. Well, now what are you going to do about it? So there's that too, right? I mean, women are the same way, but yeah, we're social beings, man. We have to talk with people and hear each other out and not judge a lot. Of course,
when you don't know, you judge. I don't care who you are. If you don't understand something, you're going to judge it until you understand it. And even when you do understand it, you're still going to judge it, because there's always going to be that question of, well, could it be done this way? Could we have done it that way? You know, there's that woulda, coulda, shoulda, you know, like, yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, you might worship the garden gnome in on your front step, right? That's amazing. I don't give a shit about your garden gnome. But
right?
if you say, hey, listen, this is what it does for me, and this is why I do it, I'm still judging you, saying that's fucking weird. But I'm also saying, well, cool. If that brings you comfort and you're not causing pain or discomfort for somebody else, I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
You know, just because you don't agree with what I do or I don't agree with you do, who fucking cares?
Right. If it brings you joy, just do it.
100%.
I just tell my kids, just do it. Just try it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You're going to get judged anyway, right? You're going to get judged if you don't do it or if you do it. So you might as well just do it.
Yep. You know? The only thing I want to hold my son to is, like, say he wants to try baseball. You're going the season, buddy. You're not going to 3 weeks in. Oh, this is no fun. No, dude, it doesn't work that way, buddy. Nope. So, but I agree with you 1,000%. Try it.
Yep.
Because somebody's going to give you shit no matter what. Right? It doesn't matter. They're, like you said, they're going to judge you. They're going to make comments no matter what you do. So you might as well do what you love. And it's like the thing with eating, I always say, everything in the world is going to kill you. No matter what you do, it's going to kill you. It's going to give you cancer and kill you.
We're all born to die. So we all should just accept it.
Right?
You know, the day we were born is the day we're going to die eventually one day. You know, we just don't know the day.
Exactly. Well, see, I look at life as like you're in a airplane that's crashing, right? So you know you're going to die.
Yep.
Are you going to bitch and whine the whole time, or are you going to have a good time doing it? So that's what I look at it.
I'm going to scream and just say, "Oh,
what the hell?
Is this the day? Hey. Oh no, it's not the day. Oh, okay. We got to go through this roller coaster again. Oh my God, yes. Okay, here we go."
So to turn this conversation dark, do you know why they tell you to put your head between your knees and like they have a chant, like the stewardess or the flight attendant will chant something, be like, repeat after me, put your head between your knees and chant this, whatever it may be, right? I don't know. Do you know why they do that?
No.
To take your mind off that you're going to fucking die.
Oh my goodness.
I had a flight attendant on a couple of them on the show, and there's some crazy shit that they get taught as a flight attendant. It's amazing that they don't talk about, like they don't use zip ties anymore to restrain you. Like if you get all out of whack in an airplane, do you know what they do?
No.
They duct tape you to the seat. And they had to drill this. So when they were being taught as flight attendants, like say you and I are in the group and I'm like, Liz, you're up, baby. And I throw you in the seat and I fucking got to hold you and duct tape you in. And then you got to do the same to me.
Right. And then if the plane goes down, well, you're gone.
No. So you know why they do the duct tape instead of the zip ties?
Why?
Because duct tape can be cut away. Now you're free, and then you do. So if something happens in an emergency, they come by and just slice the duct tape, and then that gives you the ability to get out.
I don't know. I don't know. Duct tape is pretty sturdy.
Well, once it's cut loose, right? Because if you're circled on the thing, if they cut it between you and the seat, now you can rip it off and get going. But yeah, and then it depends on where they are in the world. Depends on the laws of the. So like in the plane, so if say the plane leaves the United States and is flying over another country, those are the laws that they abide by at that time. Right? Wow. So she had an instance where the guy was physically beating on his wife on the plane. And there's nothing they could do about it. Because the country they were in, beating on a woman was not against the law.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah, to get a little dark with some conversation with that, but it just we sit here and talk about certain things, but then there's just so much you don't know.
Yeah.
Right? But Anyway, what's the craziest thing you've had come on your show? Person or story? What you know?
Oh, well, besides that crazy guy with the levels and scales.
They wanted the levels and scales. Wanted to date you. Ooh. So how did the second date go?
We didn't take the second date. I hunted him out.
Did you ghost him?
Well, he's not ghosted because everybody's invited for the reunion show in December. So I don't know if he's going to show up. Maybe I should just watch him. He might be watching me.
That's amazing. Well, good for him. Good for him. Well, best of luck on your third date.
Oh, I don't know.
No.
Yeah, but that, I don't know. I've had so many different people, so many different countries. Oh, I would have to say James from Congo. Tobo. Is it Tobo? Tobo. It's an African country that he came from, and he was looking for a wife, and he put himself out there on my tea time looking for a Canadian bride.
That's amazing. So, what's that take? Because can I get on that list?
Yeah, and he's like, "Well, the lady has to be like you, Miss Liz, and it has to be smart." Like, and I was like, "Look, Miss Liz is already taken. I'm not in the dating world. I'm not in that pool. So you're gonna have to try somebody else." And he's like, "Well, you got a friend of a friend," and I was like, "Okay, so your final words," and his final words was, "I'm looking for a Canadian woman."
That's how he signed off your show?
That's how he signed off.
I'm looking for a Canadian woman. Damn. That's, well, okay. So going back to men's health, though. I mean, look at the pressure in dating and trying to find a woman. And look at this guy. He thought that this was going to be, I got to give him credit for thinking out of the box, though, right? I mean, can't be mad at the guy.
He's tried a couple of times because he came back for the reunion show. Because I do a reunion show every year at the end of the year of my podcast. I bring everybody back who wants to come back, right? Not everybody, because it's close to Christmas. And every time he comes on, he's putting his call out for a Canadian woman. So
how many years has he been on?
He's been on 5 times now.
How many reunion times?
Reunion times he's been on 2.
Wow, he's still got 2 years getting after it. Does he have, maybe he should get with the scales and level dude.
Right? Figure out what scale and level he's looking for.
That's right. You should do an introductory email to those two and be like, "Hey, man, you guys got to figure this out. I think you two could work together and make this happen."
Yeah.
That's amazing. But is this your full-time gig?
This is my full-time gig. Well, I also do speaking. I'm also an author, so I write books and do all that good stuff.
What kind of books you write?
I've written in 10 books so far. So I've written 3 of my own books. So the 3 that are back there, I've just written those. Those came out in May. So that's my story, an Alice in Wonderland kind of self-help memoir, going through abuse, mental health, grief, and all of that. But I made it playful so that it could be used in schools and services and that as well. So
that's cool.
And then I wrote in 7 anthologies, the Sacred Heart series, book 1, 2, 3, and 4. I wrote chapters in there. Then Fear for Triumph, COVID stories, and I believe that was published in Ireland. And then I wrote in another one that just came out a few weeks ago, The Invisible Soul. I wrote The Ugly Duckling Story, Drinks Tea. So kind of just shared my personal story in different fun ways. And that's
right. Yeah, because you could take one. That's why I try to put out stories in different formats or in different wording and all that, because you never know what's going to click with somebody, right? You could say 2 + 2, you could say 3 + 1, that kind of thing. And depending on how people think and consume information, right? So podcast, I consume a lot of my information audio, books and podcasts and stuff like that. One, I'm on the road a lot. So, but me personally, that's how I absorb it better. Reading, I obviously I can read, but
I do a lot of the writing and reading because I'm half deaf, so I have a hard time with the audio. Right, sometimes my hearing aids don't work, or I don't charge them because I got these new updated freaking hearing aids that you got to charge them, and I'm used to the old battery ones. Like when the batteries died, change the battery, put it in, boom, done. But I forget to charge them sometimes, and then people will be like, "Mom, like I'm talking to you," or you know, and I'm just like, what? I don't hear you. Like, what was going on here? Yeah.
Yeah, but I can't use that excuse. I don't have hearing aids. I can't be like, I didn't charge them. I wasn't listening to you. But your story, though, you want to talk about it?
Sure, we can talk about it. I'm an open book. So
what did that start early in the relationship?
Well, my abuse story started at the age of 4, and that's when I got my cup of tea at 4. So, I was molested and raped by my uncle, and he was arrested, did time, came out, reoffended me. I got pregnant by him, had a stillborn baby. And then I was sold to my ex-husband for $2 by my dad as a joke, but. You know, any daughter doesn't want to be given away for $2, right?
Well, even as a joke, that's still fucked up.
Yeah. So
damn, woman.
Yeah. So and then I was married to my ex-husband for 16 years. I was in 29 different shelters, in and out for 16 years. Been beaten over 600 times. I've been stabbed. He shot a gun. He did the Russian roulette kind of thing with the bullet, and it popped my hearing. So that's how I lost my hearing. He was poisoning me, and my kids came up with that later on in the future, that he was putting stuff in my tea and in my mashed potatoes. I always hated the fucking mashed potatoes when he made them. So I was like, why are they so fucking runny? Like I want potatoes. I don't want soup. Like, what the fuck is this?
When you put bleach in mashed potatoes, it tends to make them runny.
Right? So the doctors tell me that I'm a living miracle because I have so much shit in my body. They don't know what he was putting in because he was putting street drugs in. He was putting other medical drugs in there. So I started having seizures because he was taking pills for epilepsy, and he was giving me that. And then I started having seizures.
God damn.
So I was just like it just never stopped, right? So trauma after trauma after trauma. And when my dad died in 2016, I finally had the courage to share my story. And ever since then, I've been sharing my story, speaking and getting it out bit by bit. And there's just so much of it that I don't stay in it anymore. I'm on it. Right.
Yeah, I love that. I'm going to steal that from you too. I think that's great. Don't be in it, be on it. Like, here's my story. It's not, and add my thing. It's not what I identify as. This is, was your dad alive when you were divorced? When you got divorced?
Yeah. My dad, my parents actually bailed my ex-husband out of jail. And that's how I got away, because I was just like, you guys are all fucking sick in the head. I got to get away. I got to save my life. I got to save my kids. And then my kids were put into foster care. So because of safety reasons, it was easier for me to keep running and not them have to change schools and change.
Sure.
But I reached out to them for services for them to help me. So I stayed in contact with my children. I had visits with my kids and we stayed connected. My grown son is living with me now. So, and my daughter lives like maybe 5 minutes from me with my little granddaughter. So we stayed connected that way, but it was a hard choice to make.
I can't. So, but the thing is, are the kids his?
2 of them are.
2 of them?
Yeah.
What did your parents say? Like, what was their attitude when, I know you said they bailed him out of jail, but what the kind of attitude did they give you when you're like, I'm out of here?
Oh, my dad took me off of his will. He turned his back on me. Told me when I grow up, then I'll be his daughter again. It was just sicko. But my ex-husband actually got arrested for molesting my kids. So, and that's what my parents bailed him out of. So it wasn't even to do with me. It was to do with their grandkids. And they were like, oh, you're just putting these stories out there so that you can go be with some other guy. And my ex-husband is still with the same woman he was cheating with when I left him. They are still together to this day. So,
well, that's not common, but
so
yeah. Wow. How long was he cheating that you know of?
My ex-husband was cheating from day one. But he cheated with family members. So he cheated with my sisters, my cousins, my mom.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. He kept it in the family. So.
What was I going to ask you about? But, okay, was your dad abusive to your mom?
Yeah.
So your dad didn't think your dad was like, this is how it is.
Yeah, my dad was the old school type where you obey your husband, you just be the wife and respect your man. If he wants to go play, you let him play, and you just be the mom, barefoot and pregnant, and don't you dare do anything. When I got my driver's license, my dad was mad at me. He's like, "How dare you do that?" And I was like, "What?"
He was mad that you got your driver's license?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Nah, these American women, they think they got it bad.
Yeah, my dad was like that, but I eventually lost my license because I'm losing my eyesight as well. So,
Yeah. My best friend, his wife she's legally blind now. She's got genetic disease. She's been going blind her whole life, and he's dealing with that, But it's not a surprise, They've been married 20-something years, 25 years, 26 years. So, god damn, but that is, obviously we're at like 30,000 feet going over your story, but holy shit, woman, we could have a 4-hour conversation just on half of that, because all the questions that are popping in my mind, but obviously we got to keep it at a timely thing. But if people want to know about it, I'll have all the links in the show notes. They can get a hold of you, but take the mic for a minute and holler at everybody on how to get a hold of you and what you want to say.
Okay. The easiest way to reach me is on my website, www.misslizsteatime.com. My YouTube channel, all my platforms. I'm on every social media platform out there. So if you want to reach out, if you want to just connect and want to read my story, the stories are all on Amazon and on my website as well. So you can buy a book there. There's some merchandise on the website as well if you want to support Miss Liz that way. I'm very simple. I keep it very plain and simple and easy. I don't make it complicated. You just look for Miss Liz. Just Google Miss Liz and you'll find me.
Yeah, that's what I always test people's SEO, and I just go on Google and key in some keywords and see how it pops up. But yeah, you are all over the place. I like your artwork. I'm always a fan of creating artwork and shorts and that kind of thing. So I like what you're doing there. Your stories are amazing. Obviously, I didn't know it was that deep. I like to hear it, quote unquote, from the horse's mouth. So I'm glad you came on. I had a lot of fun with you. I'd like to talk to you more about your story. So maybe after the holidays or something, we'll come on and get a little deeper on that. But congratulations on getting through that. That is, and what you're doing, spreading the word. And the way I look at it is, I have some stories as well. And if I have one person, if I do this for 50 years and I get one person to be able to step forward and be like, fuck it, I'm done with this, and better themselves, worth it. And I feel that that's your attitude as well.
Yep.
Yeah. Men, women, children, anybody listening. There's so many avenues nowadays to get help. You just got to have the courage to be able to step out. Look at you. Your family disowned you, and runny mashed potatoes, and damn. Again, my head's spinning. I got 1,000 questions, but I love your attitude, by the way. Again, I didn't know how deep your story was on that stuff, and to have the attitude you have, that's amazing. So congratulations, and on the grandbaby as well. Son or daughter?
Yeah, daughter. My daughter's granddaughter. She's going to be 3. So.
You got a 3-year-old granddaughter?
Yeah. I don't look that old, right? I'm a couple months away from 50, so.
Oh, I was going to say, you don't look a day older than 26.
Yeah, my oldest is 31, my son is 30, and my youngest is 23.
Congratulations on that. I was in the office the other day, and a guy looks at a lady working in the office and goes, "How old are you?" And I look at him, I go, "What the fuck is the matter with you?" Right. He's like, "What?" And I go, You actually asked a woman her age? I go, "You got a death wish, bro?" I go, "Plus, it's just rude."
I always love when someone asks me my age because I'm just like, take a guess. Like I like. Oh,
I do that. Yeah, I do that too. How old do you think I am? I'll ask you. How old do you think I am?
43.
Oh, well, thanks. 48.
Oh, well, look at that.
Love of a good woman will do this to you. Yeah. Do you have anything I can help you with? You got anything for me? Anything that you want to say? I mean, I know, again, your story. I don't want to act like I'm suppressing it, or does that make sense? I hope I'm not, I don't even know the word.
You're just going to go
Yeah. How's that? You got that? Just pick that up? All right, good. We're on the same page then. No, I don't want to take your story light, and I don't want to disregard it, but obviously, the timing and all that, we're in an hour and all that good stuff. But I highly encourage everybody to check that out. Obviously, I'll have links in the show notes, and then we're going to take it from there. Miss Liz, thank you. It was amazing to meet you. I enjoyed our communication back and forth. I like your energy, and
thank you.
I'll get everybody over there as soon as I can. All right.
Okie dokie.
Hang tight. Yes, you are hearing that correctly, and I am dumbfounded as well. That is crazy what she dropped on us at the end of that episode. But of course, I'm going to have her back, like I said, because I want to deep dive into that. Really cool how she's turning that around and helping people that have gone through that as well. Reach out to her. Link is in the show notes, and I bet you she would love to hear from you. And make sure you give her shit for me when you get over there. But I'm going to get you out of here because I know you got shit to do. But don't forget, my website, tell a friend or 7, Live Rishi, High Speed Daddy. Don't act cool, be cool. Till next time.